Hi everybody, it's Crazy, it's Friday, and it's time for the UPBGE video of the week. Now before I get started, I gotta give a shout out to my trusted, because you guys rock, to my Crazy fam, love you guys, and to my patrons, thank you for your support. Now we are up to episode number 14, and we left off on uh, chapter 10, or not, chapter 10, chapter 2, page 10, and we were starting, okay, to do the model. Now, we left off on with this file on, it's called Shark 1 blend. Mine is Shark underscore blend because 1 blend because of the fact that, yeah, I messed it up and had to redo it. So, yeah, so mine has an underscore. Yours doesn't have to have it. No big deal if it does. Okay, but we got our 4 windows here, and it was top orthographic, front orthographic, and right orthographic, and user just standard view. Okay, and we have our reference images here. Okay, so to start the model, remove the initial cube. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to come over here to this poor old cube, and it happens every time. He's dead. Okay, he's gone. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put on my screencast keys so y'all can see where I'm going. I'm also going to make sure that you put it to Blender Game if you have not done so already. I didn't save it because, like I said, I had to redo it, and it just forgot. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of the side menu here, which is by hitting N on your keyboard, which will hide it, and T will bring out the tools menu, and you can hide it as well. Okay, so let's continue on. So it says, and add a cylinder to the scene. Now make sure, okay, once you go to add a cylinder, that you have your 3D cursor in the center. In order to do that, you hit Shift S, cursor to center. Okay, I'll be saying this in just a minute, but I wanted to put it there so I wouldn't have to go back over it again. All right, so it says create a cylinder. So let's do that. Okay, so we hit Shift A, mesh, go straight on down the cylinder, and woohoo, we have a cylinder. Okay, new objects are always added to the 3D cursor location. Okay, so make sure that it is in the center of the screen, 0, 0, 0, 0, which is up here all the way to the top. Make sure that these three are 0. Okay, if not, you can hit Shift S and cursor to center, which I just showed you just a minute ago. Okay, uh, we added a default cube. It says the default center doesn't match the dimensions or the orientation of the reference model. The quick way to change that is to access the redo last menu function, which is F6, and tweak the cylinder parameters. Okay, so I'm going to move these up a little bit so I can see, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit F6, and as you see, the add cylinder has popped up. Now it's going to do the last function and only the last function, so be aware of that. So in the book it says put the vertices to 12, so that's what we're going to do. The radius to 0.4. Oops. 0.4. Okay. The depth to 1. And the cap fill type to Ngon, if it, as you see, I just changed it from Ngon. Okay. As you see, I brought it back up. Okay, you don't have to worry about these two because we didn't use them, but here on the location, you want the Y location to be 0.5. Okay, and you want the X rotation to be 90 degrees positive, not negative. Make sure it's positive. And it now has changed each one of these to where it's facing the correct direction. Okay. This will be the base for the shark. We will roughly model from the front and side views. Try to match the picture. To work with more freedom, let's customize the screen. Since we will be modeling with side and front view references only, it helps to toggle off quad view in the properties panel in the 3D view. Okay, so I don't know where that is, and pretty sure I can't find it. I could find it later on. Maybe it might be in some display, maybe. Nope. Okay. I don't know if it's in here. If you know, if you can find it, let me know, because I have yet to find it. I don't think it's in here. Oops. Let's scoot this back over. Hit N. I don't see it in the 3D, the view here. It may have been something in the old one, but I don't see it in the new one. Okay. So you can't just yeah. So it doesn't show anything on that. So I'm not going to worry about it. Basically, hit Control Alt and Q, and it'll put it back to single view. You can drag this little corner over here and pull it over. They recommend that you pull it down. If you're in the UK or on that side of the world, it'll probably be over here on your left. If it's you're here in the US or Canada, it will more than likely be here. It just depends on what kind of version you have, and what what your orientation is wherever you're at in the world. So let's continue on. We'll bypass that other part. Instead, we will split the screen in half, dragging the triangle from the bottom left edge of the 3D view editor. Enter the edit mode, and in the top view, remove half of the mesh, leaving the vertices from the middle. Okay, now let's go ahead and change our views. We're going to hit this, and we're going to hit. It says top view, but it's actually front view. Okay, and that's just by hitting numpad 1. Come over here, hit 5 and numpad 3, and it will get the front and side views. Now, if you notice on the front view on this, you'll notice that it's still got the n-gons. If you tap into edit mode, you'll notice that there is only one face here. It's an n-gon, so it just all the face, it makes one face out of it. Doesn't matter how many vertices it has. Okay, we don't want that because it's really hard to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and use our knife tool, and we're going to split this each way. Okay, by hitting in. All you have to do is hit K, as you see me just do. K, and then click where you see a little red box, red and green box. It means that you're on a vertice. So after that point, it changes. You can put it anywhere, but you don't want to mess with that. Okay, just hit enter. It doesn't matter as long as you don't click. Hit enter. Then you're going to do the same thing. K. Going to run up here to this one. K again. Okay, and there's also another way. Now, as you see, I messed up. All you have to do is right click to unmess up. Okay, now I'm going to go Control Z. And I'm going to leave these two because I'm going to go to the back side, which is if you hit 1 and then 9, it's going to put you on the back side, and we're going to do the back side of with the knife tool. Okay, hit enter and then hit K again one more time. There you go. And now you've got the same on the front and back. Reason why I did this because of the fact that when you go back to the front view, okay, and then you go back to top view, when you cut this, it's going to literally take out half of it. So you're going to go to the left, you're going to hit B, and you're going to select them all, but if you hit A, you'll deselect them all, because that would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, we're going to do it like that, and as you see, it didn't do these because I didn't do pass-through. Make sure you do pass-through mode, and then we're going to do 7 again. We're going to hit B, and even though you already had those selected, it's okay. You're going to come down here, and now, if you notice, all of them are selected. Okay, so go back to top view. We're going to hit X and faces. Okay, so that deletes the whole faces on this side. Now, before you get going too far into it, go back to front view again. Okay, you're going to take the knife tool. You're going to hit K. Okay, the knife tool. You're going to go from each point with the red dot, or with the red outline. Okay, and just create pies. A couple pies there. Okay, on each side, you're going to do this on both sides. So some people like to do split it down the middle and then just have it mirrored on both, and you can do that as well. Matter of fact, we might just do that. So let's go to the top. We're going to hit Control R. Okay, with the Control R, it puts it originally at the center. So if you right click, it's going to put it back at the center. But if you wanted to change it, you left click. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to hit, let's see, put it back to line view. So go to face select, okay, box select, and we're going to delete the back side. So X, faces again, and so now you got this little weird looking thing. It's no longer a cylinder, and it looks so messed up. But it's okay, because what we're going to do next, okay, and it says it here in the book, okay, since the shark is symmetrical, we don't need to model its two halves. Switch back to the object mode, and in the properties panel, add a mirror modifier. So we're going to switch back over, okay, tab, okay, we're going to go back to front view, and we're going to come over here to where the little gear is. Okay, that's your modifier tab. We're going to come to the modifier tab, and you're going to come down here to mirror. Now, it may be different on your computer or on your Blender or a BGE, depending on which one you use, but it's there. Look for the mirror. Okay, mirror modifier. Now, as you see, half of my mirror is good. Okay, but we need the Z modifier as well. In the book, it says use just the X. Okay, and I'll read that here in just a second. It says, since the shark, well, I did that one. Okay. Set the clipping to on and make sure that the mirror axis is X. The other default options are fine. Well, we're going to add Z because we cut it in half. So that way we have it in all four corners. It looks the same. Okay, but we're not going to do that because we're not going to apply the X. We're going to apply the Z, and then we're going to hit apply. Okay, the reason why I did that is because now if you go into tab, you'll notice that we ain't got to do all these here. Okay, that's the reason why I did it. It was a little shortcut. Okay, so now since we applied that, we go back to mirror modifier, and you can do. You'll see that now we have our cylinder back, and just put on clipping, because if you don't, and you go into tab, and you hit A, and you hit grab Y. Okay, oops, why isn't it doing it? Let's see, yeah, there we go. Okay, if you notice that it's not holding, okay, and if you hit clipping, you hit grab X. Okay, notice that it's now changing. Okay, the only reason why I did this because they didn't actually say this in the book, and I looked at it and I did a couple of before takes, and I was literally beside myself going, why is this not working? And I didn't want to go into too much detail with the knife tool just on one side, so you can see what I'm talking about, and you can split it down the middle and save yourself some hassle. Okay, so let's put that to front view again. All right, so we got clipping on, we got the X, and we're good. Okay, and so it says, thanks to the mirror, the modifier, you should now see the cylinder complete again. Back in the edit mode, and any change you make will be automatically mirrored in the other half. As you can see, if I change it on this, let's go to, I got an edit mode, I want to take it off faces. For text, let's grab this one out, and you'll see that if you notice, it does it for the other side. Okay, so you don't really have to mess with it too much. Okay, and then the reason why I didn't have you do that, because these sides would have really been aggravating, because they would have done it on the same side as this, and you want this one to either be longer or shorter. And if I switch over to there, you'll see that the front isn't the same as the back, and the left is the same as the right. So I'm going to leave this picture up for a few moments. If you would like to sit there and go ahead and try to model this like this, then that's great. But for the time being, I'm pretty sure I'm running low on time. Yeah, I'm almost close to my 15-minute mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to go to File. We're going to go Save As. And then you're going to make it 2. Okay, I've got it on 1. And if you hit the plus mark, it'll make it to where it's shark.blend 2. Okay, mine will be _2 because I messed up. Okay, so just put shark 2 and then hit save. I've already got mine because I did it earlier. So after you hit save, you'll have it on this part, and that will end it for today. There we go. That'll end it for today, and we'll continue on next week. See you then.